Hello, this is Shane Clacken. I'm coming to you to get you logged in to what's going on for the week of the 1st through the 7th of March. But first, before we get started, I want to let you know I dislike greatly the politics of politics. Did you see what happened in western Montana at the national level for the Western District Representative, where Representative Zinke dropped out? Aaron Flint got installed as the party's, not the party's pick, as the power broker's fix in western Montana. And luckily, Al Olszewski was on his toes, might have anticipated what's going on, and he is also running for the Western District Representative for Montana that goes back to Washington, D.C., and thankfully the folks in western Montana have a choice. At the Senate level, however, did you see what happened when Senator Daines dropped out in the last few minutes of filing? Basically, the party, the national level party, picked our representative in the Republican Party, who we're supposed to vote for our senator to replace Daines. That's not how it's supposed to work. We, the people, are supposed to pick who we want to send to D.C., not the party. So I don't like the politics of politics. I hope to never get messed up in it. And please, just let's pay attention to what's going on. I do also want to go on to more positive things. I want to let you know what's filling my inbox. One thing that's filling my inbox is anti-Sharia law emails from people locally in my district and also around the state, and you're hearing about it nationally. What's happening is Sharia law is being instituted in small enclaves across bigger cities in the United States, and those states are putting in laws to outlaw Sharia law. You wouldn't think we'd have to do that. You know, our U.S. Constitution already says in Article 6, Section 2, that this Constitution and all laws made in pursuance thereof are the supreme law of the land. Any law that is not made in pursuance of the U.S. Constitution is not a law of this land, it is unconstitutional. Sharia law is antithetical to U.S. Constitution. We shouldn't even have to make this argument, but apparently we do, because some people think it's okay for another law system to come into this country, and it is not okay. So that's one of the sentiments coming across my email. Another thing that I've got coming across my email is the topic of sales tax. You know, this topic, however, is born out of the topic of property tax. Last session, we passed House Bill 231, Senate Bill 542, that was supposed to be property tax reform. It was not property tax reform. I didn't vote for either one of them. And it's proving to be that that was the correct thing to do, is not support them. Because now we are talking about other ways to make money for the state of Montana, and that is in the form of a sales tax. All emails that I get about sales tax are no sales tax in the state of Montana. As of right now, that is my position also. We don't want sales tax, property tax, and income tax. So as of this point, no sales tax. I totally agree with not having a sales tax. But in relation to that topic, on March 10th at 6 p.m. at the Head Start, come on in and listen to the, let me get it right here, Bureau of Business and Economic Research, a presentation, an all-day seminar by the University of Montana to talk about economic development in the state of Montana. And of course, property tax and sales tax will be part of those topics. So come on, if you want to learn about this from the horse's mouth, so to speak, come on in, listen to it for yourself, and hope to see you there. I'm going to be there, probably going to attend a TIF meeting first, is my intent, but we'll be there. Another topic that's coming across my radar is data centers. Data centers, you've heard about them, you probably read about them in the paper, heard them on the news, heard them from your friends. Data centers are a hot topic we do need to discuss. And to that end, on March 19th at 6 p.m. on the Council on Aging, there's going to be a data center open house seminar where there's going to be a panel up there to discuss data centers. Some of the issues with data centers are power use, where's the power going to come from, some of it's water use, and how that's going to work. As of right now, I don't know of any data centers serious about coming into Fergus County or Petroleum County. I do know, at least the breadth of my knowledge as of right now, there's only 3 letters of intent to kind of start really looking seriously at this issue at the state level, but there could be more letters of intent by now. And this is a discussion that we hold at the local government committee that I'm on in the interim, and also at the Legislative Consumer Council Committee that I chair. So these are not unknown topics. I'm going to learn more. So come on down, again, March 19th, 6 p.m. at the Council on Aging to learn about data centers. One thing you probably haven't heard of much is Tax Increment Finance District. Lewistown has a Tax Increment Finance District, and they are a good thing for the city of Lewistown. There is a senator in western Montana who wants to get rid of Tax Increment Finance Districts because there is at least one that is taking advantage of it, abuse of this Tax Increment Finance District money that's set aside to help these downtowns take care of blight and help improve the look of the downtown. It's being abused in one of the bigger towns in western Montana, and this senator wants to get rid of them. I dropped in on the Downtown Association in Lewistown, so the Lewistown Downtown Association actually, and the meeting there, very positive people really wanting to help central Montana, Lewistown especially, in their downtown businesses. And I asked them point blank about TIFs. Is TIFs something that really does this good? Is it something I need to pursue to make sure we maintain, or just let them go if that's the way they go? And they told me in no uncertain terms, TIFs are good for the downtown, let's keep them, and they've been used successfully in the city of Lewistown. So I am against getting rid of TIFs in Lewistown, and I hope at the state level we don't get this idea in order to fix one problem, we punish everybody else. We need a different tactic. Doing that never works. The government's one size fits all, never does work. So that's the matter on TIFs. Now, in community matters, I want to make a shout out to our hospice program in Lewistown. And that hospice program is a very good program. It helps a lot of people. In fact, my mother was in this very house in which I sit in our living room upstairs when she passed away under hospice care. And they're tremendous people. They're very caring. They're very professional. They help you through some stuff that you just really would much rather concentrate on your loved one rather than the nitty-gritty detail. And they help with that. They're great at it. My wife's mother also was in our living room upstairs on the hospice care. We thought we were going to have a little longer time with her, but it turned out to be only a week, and she passed away. But still, hospice was there taking care of stuff and let my wife and her sister concentrate on caring for their mom. It's a great program. Anytime they ask for help, whether it's volunteer your time or some money, goods and services, whatever it might be, I would encourage you to please consider answering the call. Now, I'm asking you to get involved in the local politics, what's going on here in central Montana. You know, we have in the county level, we have the sheriff. There's a contested race this year. We have one of the commissioners is contested. We have the county attorney position is contested. And we also have House District 37, which I'm running to get reelected for. There's 3 of us in it now. I'm the sitting representative for House District 37, and there's also an independent that put his name in the hat. He's just got to get the signatures required and turned in on time to be on the general ballot. And also there's a Democrat that has filed, and there will be a general because of that. So I'm looking forward to that. And also, got to remember, at our state Senate level, Barry Usher is our current senator. He is being challenged by a local person in Lewistown, Chris Rindle. So you need to come, figure out who these candidates are, what's going to be your best vote. So come to the Lincoln Reagan dinner on March 29th, beginning about 5 o'clock. Come in, do a little bit of mixture for a bit, and then we'll sit down and hear from all of us candidates. So you can choose, making an educated vote. So come on to you'll go in at about 5 p.m. on March 29th. You can get in the door for $40, or you can sponsor a table of 8 for $320. And that's because there's going to be a meal. We got to cover the charges of the meal and the room rental. That's the purpose and the charge. So thank you for considering that, and come on over. I want to talk to you about citizenship for a little bit. You know, this citizenship thing we got going as citizens of the United States, as citizens of the state of Montana, as citizens in our respective counties and in our towns and our cities, it's not free. It's not casual. It requires your participation. Even if your participation starts at an informed vote, that's participation. There's more participation required. People need to fill these positions. The commissioner, the sheriff, the county attorney, the treasurer, the clerk and recorder, the town council, the city council, and any other boards like a TIF board, or be on the Lewistown Downtown Association, or be on the chamber. It requires your participation. I ask you to do that. We have, lots of things that can be done at the local level. If you think you don't have an impact, you do have an impact, but you got to participate to do that. So I ask you to do that, and thank you. One way I am participating, of course, is at the representative position, but a thing I really want to make sure that you know that I will keep doing these updates, this logged in update. You can also find this logged in update on my webpage, shaneclacken.com. You can find it on my Facebook page, Shane Clacken for Montana. You can also find it on X, Instagram, TikTok, and also my YouTube channel, Clacken for Montana, Shane Clacken for Montana on YouTube. I'm trying to hit all the avenues, all the medias that you might listen to, because I'm on KXLO radio on most Thursdays and maybe an occasional Friday. I write articles for the newspaper on a weekly update, and then also these social media sites. So please, if you want to keep updated, please consider going to my website, shaneclacken.com, signing up for the newsletter so you can get these updates on a regular basis, whether you listen to the radio or not, or read the paper or not, or if you don't do any of the other social medias. We can at least do that for you. I want to keep you informed, and you need to keep me informed. And how do you do that? You email me back. You can hit the contact button on my webpage, or you can call me at my phone number, 406-217-6107. You can email me at my legislative email, which is shane.clacken@legmt.gov. You can email me at my website, shane@shaneclacken.com. So please do that. I'll reach out to you. You reach out to me. We'll make sure the constituents are represented, but that's your job to inform me what your position on topics are. Thank you for your time. I hope you learned something, and we'll keep them coming.